Good morning folks, and welcome to the Linadee car park. I am planning on tackling a couple of pretty remote Munros this weekend, which is going to involve 2 days of walking, 42 kilometres, an overnight camp in the hills. I've had these two Munros sitting on my Walk Highlands map in red in amongst a sea of blue for a long time. So this is me actually going to go and tackle them. As you follow the glen west from the Linn of Dee towards the White Bridge, you walk along the side of the River Dee, and it's not too far from here that we find the source of the River Dee up to the north in the Larrigrew, or above the Larrigrew. But as we go along this glen, there's a number of ruined settlements, old townships that date back to before the Highland clearances, and tell of the time when this glen was actually fairly well populated. What a lovely place to live though. I imagine the life here would be hard, but what views, what scenery. I don't know if that's going to be too far away to make out, but Ben Vroten's looking nice with its snowy flanks and the sun just catching it. So this crossing here is the reason that I've not done these two hills yet, because I've generally taken the decision to avoid river crossings as much as possible. Despite the fact I did a bunch in one day on my ML training. Oh, let's see. Where do I go from here? Down the way. But I decided, sod it. Let's get these hills done. And that's halfway. Let's just put my foot under here and under here. There we go. Trust in the waterproof boots. What can possibly go wrong? Voila! And yep, my feet are still dry. So despite the fact I've been walking for about 10 miles and I'm about as remote as you can get in the Cairngorms, still the evidence of, very much evidence of man's hand on the land. Whoa, that rhymes. Behind me we've got Geldie Lodge, which is a pretty substantial building, and yeah, it's really in the middle of nowhere. I guess it was a hunting lodge at some point, and parties would come out here to go shooting. Now it's just a pile of rubble at this point. I'm going to go for a little wander around it, even though the sign says not to. In case any proof was needed that winter lasts a good distance into the year in some parts of Scotland, since I've been sitting here at Geldie Lodge, I've just noticed the mountain to the south, An Socha, which is one of the ones I'm going to climb either today or tomorrow, it's pretty much vanishing behind a covering of snow. Well, I'm skirting the edge of that snow, but I don't think it's going to last much longer. Well, me missing the edge of it rather than the snow itself. So I think it's time for my pole to fall over, but I also think it's time to get some waterproofs on. Right, let's get up into the clag. So that snow slash rain shower passed by fairly quickly. So I've changed back out of my waterproof so that I don't overheat. I got to watch the clouds disappearing back down the way that I've come. So a nice little bit of luck there as far as timing goes. I've walked, I don't know, I think it must be around the 20-kilometre mark, which includes a little mistake that I'll tell you about later, maybe when I'm at the tent. I've walked about 20 kilometres to this point. I'm at 600 odd metres and still not really started the climb properly. So as you can see, I'm back in the snow and I've got my waterproofs on again. It's been snowing for quite a while, but I've just been pushing on to try and get some altitude under my belt. The path has long since vanished and I've been cutting my way across really uneven. So I tried stopping a couple of times on the way up to Dot's camera, but it just wasn't happening. It's got cold, so the battery in the GoPro has decided to give up the ghost. So I got a little bit higher up, kept on moving, swapped the battery out, and I am still in the snow. I don't think I'm going to be pressing on up the second hill. It's covered in cloud right now, and I think, given the time, given how far I've not gone, I think it'll be one hill today and then the next hill tomorrow. There we go, summit of Cairn and Eler. We're up at 994 or 996 metres, I can't remember which. And it's still snowing. The clouds have been coming and going. About a minute ago, I was completely clagged in. But if I look around now, I'm getting views over to the east, all the eastern Cairngorms. Not really able to see much to the north. And over to the west, clouds are blowing around the summit. The sun's trying to get through. There's a bit of blue sky up there as well. So, yeah, we've got sun and snow and mist, and yeah, I'm definitely in Scotland. Anyway, I'm going to drop down from here to the Bealach on the way to what will now definitely be tomorrow's Munro. And I'm going to see if I can find somewhere suitable to camp. Well, as usual, I've been wandering around trying to find a good campsite, and I think I have finally found my home for this evening. Got a nice river coming down from the mountain and a lovely flat piece of grass. So, time to get my tent set up. God, I'm starving. this is the restaurant for tonight, and my meal is spicy pasta arrabbiata from Summit to Eat. Got into the habit of buying Summit to Eat now just because I can get 4 at a time at a discounted rate. So yeah, I've got a cup of tea sitting ready for when I finish this. For now, I'm just going to sit, eat my dinner, and enjoy the view. Oh, once again, I've had a nice pleasant evening hanging out in the tent. It's got pretty cold in here. It was 1 degree the last time I checked, and I think it's cooling down still. So I think I'm going to have a night below 0. All the batteries are dying. I'm onto the 3rd battery on the GoPro. My microphone battery ran out, so hopefully this is working okay. Yeah, interesting evening. I've done my usual, lying, listening to podcasts, eating chocolate, and just generally having a nice pleasant evening in the tent. So I did quite a long day today, and I did mention earlier that I would say why I'd accidentally added in an extra 3 kilometres. So I've done 26.5k today. It should be around 22k to get to the point that I'm camped at. So the reason I did an extra 3k was I forgot my lunch, and I forgot tomorrow's lunch, and I forgot my chocolate bar. So I'd only been walking for about 20 minutes, and I weighed it up. So do I keep going? And I had my dinner, got breakfast. Is that going to be enough? But given the plan was to do 42k, which is a pretty big weekend for me anyway, I thought, nah, need to go back and get lunch. Anyway, you can stay out there. I'm going to get back to listening to my podcast, and I will see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. That was a colder night than I was expecting. It's 0 degrees now. My water bottle is a slushy. I'm going to get my breakfast on and try and air the tent out a little bit, and then get going without too much delay. Right, that's been long enough. The sun did come up briefly there, but then it vanished again. So hopefully the world will start warming up soon. But while it thinks about doing that, I'm going to eat my beans. Oh, this cup of tea is just what I've needed to get going this morning. The sun keeps trying to come out, and then the clouds come and blot it out. So it's been sunny and snowing already today, and we're only just about 8:15. You might be able to make out this side of the tent's still got frost on it. This is the side facing away from the sun. So it's still pretty cold, although we're above 0 now, so can't complain too much. So there we go, that's my campsite all packed up. Leave no trace as always. I am fully waterproofed up because where I'm going, if I just spin around, I'm heading up there, and as you can see, it's straight into the clouds. So I think the level of the clouds is rising as I'm climbing, because despite putting all my waterproofs on, I've still yet to find this snow and rain. I'm nearly at the top of the minor summit of today's Munro. I decided to head for that first because that's the side of the burn I was on. I'm most of the way up already, so I'm making good time. And the views behind me are not bad. Maybe that's the best views I'm going to get because the cloud is still sitting on the top of the hill. So I might as well enjoy these while I've got them. So this is the, I minor top for today's Munro. We're around the 950 metre mark and we are just skimming below the clouds. If I spin around a little bit, you can see the main summit. In fact, you can see the clouds closing in on me. The main summit is over that way. There's not much more climbing to do actually, it's only about another 50 metres higher. Well, I'm still skirting just underneath the clouds as you can see, but there's the faintest of paths leading in the right direction between that minor top and the next top. So as long as it keeps going in the right direction, I'm going to keep following it. Tag. Right, this is the summit of An Scarsach. We're over the 1,000 metre mark. My watch is right, 1,009 metres. I think it's just a little lower than that on the map. I've been sitting here for longer than I would like, so I'm going to make a move and start the long walk back to the car. Okay, time to get walking. Something nice about getting a little chance to walk in the snow. I'm just sort of going off piste now and trying to pick a route down off the hill that's not too boggy. Well, that's taken a while to get back down to Geldy Lodge, but here I am. That's the all the rough stuff done. I'm back down. It's much warmer down here, although the camera's batteries are still not liking it. I need to get some of this waterproof stuff off. Turns out I didn't need it. I guess it's kept me warmer on the tops, but I've not had the snow or anything that I was expecting. Ah, that feels good. Oh. So from here, I'm just back on the same path. So there's a bothy. Well, I don't know how far away it is. It must be about, let's say, 6 kilometres away. So there's a bothy that I want to give you a little tour of. I couldn't do it on the way up because there was loads of people there. So hopefully it'll be nice and quiet and I will next speak to you when I get there. So I promised that I'd bring you back for a tour of the Red House, and this is the bothy here. So let's go for a wander in and see what it's all about. So it's been recently refurbished. There's a sign there saying Red House, and this is probably one of the nicer bothies I've seen. So you come in, you go to the right, and we've got some bunk beds. Got 8 bunk beds, loads of space, and it's lovely and clean. And then through the other side, we've got the living area, which would probably sleep another half dozen folk. We've got the fire over there, and if I spin round, we've got a table and a dining area. There's my rucksack and water bottle. But that's not all. Let me take a wander round the back and show you the facilities. So here we go, round the back. There's this newer shed, and if we go up the stairs and have a look in this door, we've got some toilets. 2 shut, 2 open, possibly. In fact, this is the second most remote toilet that I know of. So there we go. This is the Red House. So there we go, that's the Red House. So I'm going to go inside, sit down, let my feet dry out a wee bit because they're soaking, have some lunch and a nice cup of tea, and then walk the last 8 kilometers back to the car. But I think I'm going to leave you here. If you've enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you on my next adventure. Thanks for watching.